Welcome to Thursday Night Basketball from Rowan College of South Jersey at Gloucester County. It's a Region 19 matchup between two teams looking to rebound here in mid-November, the Ocean County Vikings and the RCSJ-Gloucester Roadrunners here from Deptford Township. Hello, I'm Dan Wilkins. I'm joined by James Hallman of Rowan University for the call tonight. James, this is a game between two teams that had a very good matchup in the men's circuit last year, and two teams that, despite having sub-500 records, are looking to get their groove back here at this beginning point of the season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, a team like Ocean County, they may be 2-3. However, all three of their losses have came against extremely quality teams in Region 19 in Salem, Northampton, and Camden County.
Yeah.
All teams ranking inside the top 15 for NJCAA. So they may be 2-3. However, I think they might be a little bit better than their record insinuates. They've had two really good wins against two other quality teams. So I'm really excited to see how this Region 19 matchup goes.
Yeah, this should be a really good game. RCSJ, they've had some really good games lately. They played Luzerne County on Saturday. They won that game 87-70. The player to watch in that game was Ace Lassiter, dropped 19 points. He comes from the very physical Olympic Conference. For those who are Ocean County fans and know how physical the Shore Conference is, the Olympic Conference is South Jersey's version of that. But for Ocean tonight, you've got Jamari Smith to highlight.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. He's their leading scorer and was also their leading scorer last year. Coming off two really, really good games against two extremely good teams in Region 19 versus Salem and Northampton, averaging 27 points per game in those two games. So, I'm really excited to see what he's going to show for us tonight against, a quality opponent here in RCSJ.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game for Ocean. I think, again, they're 2-3, but their three losses have come against some of the cream of the crop in Region 19, and we'll have to see if RCSJ and first-year head coach John Bird will be able to make their name known. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment. From Rowan College of Gloucester County, or check that, Rowan College of South Jersey. We've got Region 19 men's basketball tonight. First, as these starters have been introduced, let's introduce both lineups. First of all, Ocean County. You've got Adrian Lamonis, Miles Marabuto, Jamari Smith, Kai Barkley, and Aiden Sosinov rounding out the order. For RCSJ, coming into this game, it's the same lineup as Saturday. Desir Williams-Bay, Ace Lassiter, Zaire Green, Kassir Baker, and the sophomore Aiden Cranmer. Starting lineup brought to you by Harper Driving School, because there's no better way to start your time on the road than with Harper Driving School. Book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road. We're almost ready to go. Ocean County and RCSJ both 2-3. Ocean County in their road navy blue jerseys. Of course, just a couple of years ago they were green and gold, but the recent rebrand was before I came into RCSJ. And with all that being said, the Roadrunners line up in their home whites. with the blue and gold accents. It's 43 degrees outside, but it doesn't really matter what temperature it is in the gym here because it's going to be hot tonight. Ocean County wins the opening tip-off. Never mind. Here comes Desir Williams-Bay, who's unable to finish off the glass. And after a scramble and a bit of a culture shock to open up the game, Ocean fires that one off the glass. No good. Jamari Smith comes up empty, and in 20 seconds, before you can catch your breath, we've had a handful of turnovers already. Oh, my goodness. It's Miles Marabutto bringing it up the floor, guarded by Davis on the right side. Over on the wing, it's Kai Barkley. Barkley moving inside, guarded by Davis again. Chucks it out from three. No good. Offensive rebound, swiped away. Jamari Smith comes in that time, guarded by Kasir Baker. Left side, left wing, open three, and inside the wedge of the iron. Rebound by Hajir Davis, the graduate of Winslow. And now we've got our first foul as A.J. Lemons got a little bit too handsy, and he'll get charged. So we had basically one of the most chaotic first minutes of basketball you'll ever see, and 0 points came out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Rest letting them play. I thought there was a good amount of contact in the paint on a couple of those shots, but the rest are letting them play tonight, it seems.
Aiden Cranmer moving inside. More contact there, swiped away by Marabutto. He comes in, finds an open man, left-hand lay, and good. A.J. Lemons opens the scoring for the Vikings, and he makes it 2-zip as Hajir Davis brings this one up the floor. I mean, this could be a game that comes down to the physicality, which team gets worn out quicker, which team is able to hang on for the better stamina. It's Baker to Davis. Right wing, chucks up a three. Williams-Bay airballed it, and it's back to Lemons. But both teams with full benches. Going to be a really fun game in terms of getting these players different shifts. Might see a lot of different scorers off the bench. Here comes Cranmer on a fast break. He lost it. Now rebounds. Able to recuperate, and he's blocked by Lemons. When life gives you lemons, how about that shot blocked in the lane as another one chucked up by Marabutto. And John Bird already calling a timeout as his Roadrunners down by 4. 2 good baskets by the Vikings. Send us to a break with 18:09 to play. We'll take a quick break. With 2 minutes in, the Roadrunners call their first timeout. After the 30-second timeout, we welcome you back. This broadcast brought to you by Gray Fox Sports, South Jersey's premier sports photography organization, right in your backyard here in South Jersey. Book Gray Fox Sports today at grayfoxsports.net or on his Instagram, Gray Fox Sports. Back underway, John Bird called a 30-second timeout, his first of the night. Don't really blame him. A.J. Lemons and Miles Marabutto traded off baskets as now Lassiter moves in, pumps, and now to Cranmer for 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Baker comes up with it, spins around, fires off the glass and in.
Nice move inside. Good patience there by the big man.
Yeah, I definitely like that. I mean, Baker's one of those guys. Oh, that's going to be a foul as Ocean wanted to come in and bring the house down, but instead, Lassiter is going to get charged with a foul. And we'll have our first action from the charity stripe. Both of these teams rather good from the charity stripe this year. Now, I would say that the free throw percentage has not been that great. I mean, Northampton leads the region, and that's 75%, nearly 76%. Ocean comes in at third, 72.2%, and RCSJ fifth. In between them, Delaware County, Middlesex second, and then beneath them, Philadelphia and Salem. But he was able to get the shots that time, or one of 2 rather, bringing Lemons up to 3 points in the early stages of the evening. Lassiter moving around. Barkley guarding very tightly here. Davis moves in, maybe got an extra step, got it to go, and the Roadrunners now make this a 1-point game, 5-4.
Very good response for the Roadrunners after the timeout. 4 straight points there. They're going to have to keep doing that if they want to keep up with this big Ocean County lineup.
Yeah, this is definitely a great representation of what the Shore Conference is. A lot of big guys in this lineup, a lot of people that can really drive into the lane, and more importantly, a very quick lineup. RCSJ has a smaller lineup in size, as that shot no good. But what's more important is that even though they don't have the size, they have the speed. So I think they'll be able to match up really well tonight. That was kicked around by Cranmer, no whistles. And just over 3 minutes in, we're already seeing lots of turnovers. Honestly, a decent amount of flaws on either side, but other than that, this has been a very fun game to watch so far. Just you wonder how much that energy is going to be able to keep up. You've got to imagine it's going to slow down at some point as Baker fumbles around, moves inside. Now it's Davis, has a wide open three from the top of the key. Hajir Davis unlocks it from the center of the key. And the Roadrunners have their first lead at 7-5. Davis with all 5 for the Roadrunners as a corner three off the mark. Moving it quickly, Davis, Cranmer, another open three, and that's good. Aiden Cranmer says hello from West Deptford to Deptford Township, and it's a 5-point lead.
Now the Roadrunners have already had a lot of good looks from outside the arc. Finally, they've made 2 in a row, missed a couple early on, but they're finally starting to cash in on these open looks.
They're making this look really good so far, as it's now 10-7. Marabutto picked up another basket. He's up to 4 points. Davis now moving in for Williams Bay. How about that for a kick out right side? A lot of fumbling around. Here's Marabutto to tie the game from 3. No good there. Another one off the mark, and that one is brought in. Ocean makes it 10-9 on the basket by Aiden Sosinov.
Good hard rebound there inside by Sosinov. One of the best rebounder on this Ocean County team, almost averaging a double-double, and that has shown, what his ability is like under the boards right there.
Yeah, I mean, Ocean is going to have to play a lot of low post here, as that's going to be a foul. Lassiter gets hit by Barkley, and that will send the Roadrunners to the charity stripe for the first time tonight. Women's game did very well. RCSJ won 101-33. Roadrunners now 5-0 on the season. Rich Cooper, can't imagine, Rich Cooper helping out John Bird. He's the head coach of the women's team, and he's in a full suit. He goes from the sideline leading the women's team to now a quick change, and now he's assisting the men's team. I mean, that's one of the best things you'll see in JUCO basketball right there.
Definitely dedication right there, and I wonder how the transition is from, using all of your energy in that women's game, and then, you finally get to relax a little bit here at the men's.
2 of 3 from Lassiter. He makes it 11-9. Or check that, 1 from 3. Now moving in again, a foul, offensive foul, Ocean. Trying to get a little bit too much out of it that time. Jamari Smith, he caught some air, but unable to bring it down.
Right, obviously the athleticism from Jamari Smith just jumps off the page there, but that's how you stay on the floor. If you remember, this RCSJ team is being able to show your teammates, being able to show your coach that you're willing to put your body on the line, even if someone that size is coming at you that fast.
It'll be interesting to see if Ocean gets themselves in foul trouble. They're already at 3 fouls in the first 6 minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot, but we had a game versus Luzerne County on Saturday where there were only 12 fouls committed in total in the first 20 minutes. Neither team got up even a single bonus as Baker pumps it out, and that's going to be a turnover. He wanted it to go to Davis, but the throw went a little bit high and outside. I mean, Jim, you're a baseball guy, so you would get that feeling, but
yep.
Yeah, that one just went a little bit awry that time.
It's good defense there by Ocean County, forcing that bad pass.
Turnover. Wide open. Williams Bay does not slam it. Instead, fires it off the glass. He's got his first points.
And, I actually got a chance to watch a little bit of that Luzerne game for RCSJ. They had a really, really rough start, and then after a timeout, they started the full court press, and then that was really the turning point for this RCSJ squad. Luzerne had really no answers for the Roadrunners after they implemented that full court press, and then right there, it looks like they're going to be implementing that a little bit here so far in the first quarter, and of course, that led to an easy bucket on the other end for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, they were down 17-3 in that game. Ended up winning the game by 14, 87-70. At the stripe is Sosinov. Makes it double digits on both sides. Off the mark that time. Score is 13-10. Excuse us 1 second. Occasionally have to fix some things on the scoreboard, but we're running again. Now moving inside, Williams Bay, another one that rattles in. I mean, Williams Bay, he played for Kingsway Regional down in Swedesboro and other Gloucester County schools. He's going to get another turnover and gets fouled on his way up. Was able to get the steal under his own basket and be able to lay it up, but unable to get it in. But again, two teams that are in the top 5 in the region in free throw percentage. Now, some teams have obviously shot more than others. Northampton has shot 25 more free throws than the next team. They've shot 166 this year. And the fact that they've done that many in the first 5-6 games and they've shot 75% is a great thing to have.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. That just really shows that they're dedicated to getting that ball inside the paint, driving to the lane, going downhill, and trying to get foul calls. You know, it's free points, obviously, at the line, trying to get these guys in foul trouble, whoever they're going up against. So really, really important. If you're getting to the line, you're making them.
So as it stands, 15-10. Williams Bay looking to get up to 6 points tonight so far. And he's got it, 2 for 2. But the Roadrunners, they're definitely looking better than they did versus Luzerne. I think that the fact that the returning sophomores are familiar with this team, they're familiar with the lineup. Ocean has a fair share of starters, and look at what they're doing. Same thing as Saturday, same song, second dance. They've got the press going on, and that throw gets wide. And John Bird applauds. By the way, Zaire Green on the floor for the Roadrunners. I made a mistake on the starting lineup. He was a starter on Saturday. He was not a starter tonight. Davis started in Green's place. However, now the 2 point guards, Green and Davis, are both on the floor. So it's Green, Davis, Lassiter, Cranmer, and Williams Bay. Here comes Desir Williams Bay flying in. Now from the semicircle, pulls up, and he's got it.
Tough shot there.
Really tough shot in coverage from the right side of the semicircle. But this makes it an 8-point game now, which should put Ocean on edge after a hot start by the Vikings. Here comes another steal. The physicality. Look out. Williams Bay, back turn. Turns it over to Sosanov. Left wing. Barkley coming in. Now back out to Marabuto. Check that. That's Jeremy Grosp. Left corner. Barkley too long. Ball gets knocked down. Unable to keep it in. Baseline ref said that his foot was down. And they'll leave it at that. Davis will get his chance to inbound, moving a little bit over. 12:27 to play. 8-point lead from the Roadrunners. What have you seen so far?
Well, like I said before, you know, they saw a lot of success against Luzerne when they implemented that full court press. And they're doing the same thing here with Ocean County, forcing them into bad positions, making them to force some bad passes, and then ultimately they've been going out in transition and getting some easy looks on the other end. I think that's where they've really been successful. Defense turning into offense.
Would definitely say that RCSJ's had more easy shots than difficult shots as Davis gets fouled on his way up. It's already 5 fouls against Ocean, and we're only 8 minutes into this thing. Don't forget, on Saturday, we'll be on the air all day for the WJYFL Youth Championships. The Belmar Purple Eagles are looking to make a historic run as all 4 of their organizations are in the championship. They play Northern Burlington in the first game, Lawrence and the Cardinals in the second and third game, and then they close out the festivities with Hopewell Valley, a rematch from last year's 160-pound game. We've got games starting at 10, 12, 2, and 4, and we'll be on the air for all 4 of them, courtesy of the WJYFL. Davis goes 1 for 2 from the line. I've seen a decent amount of missed free throws, so maybe both teams' percentages would go down. It's the lob! Hello! One end to the other. Aiden Sosanov. Oh, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. How about that?
So now that time, Ocean County able to break the press of RCSJ, and then once you break that press, then it's an automatic 2-on-1. Nice pass there inside to the big man, Aiden Sosanov, for the slam.
Back out to Grosp for 3, too long. Williams Bay coming in. Cranmer, right hand, misses. Looks like he got blocked, and it looks like it was clean. Ball came out, and that will be RCSJ ball. Ocean trying to plead their case.
Lots and lots of contact there.
So much contact, and there's going to continue to be a lot of contact in this game, and I think that's why the refs are, for the most part, swallowing the whistle, just for the sake of context, you know. That's kind of how it is. Down over there on the side was head coach Patrick Boylan. He's been the head coach since 2017. Was also a head coach at Montgomery County College from 2013 to 2017. Was also a member of the USCAA when he played at Bucks County College and also at Del Val. Made 3 NCAA tournament appearances there. So he's now in his 8th season, Bird in his 1st. But Bird was also an assistant under the most recent head coach, Brandon Williams, who left amicably, let's just say, in the offseason. Bird already being an assistant with this team definitely helps the case, not being a complete stranger to the players who did return. Good spin by Marabuto to catch Green off guard, create some space over on the right side. Sosanov moves in, contact. It will be, looks like Ocean ball under their basket. Sosanov was trying to argue that he had contact on his way up. So Cranmer checks out. Sidney Maynard of Collingswood checks in. 10:56 to play, 17 on the shot clock. So they'll have plenty of time. Low post, now moving back out to the center of the key. Marabuto is going to chuck up one quickly. Now moves inside on the free throw line. It's no good. It's back to Green. Lassiter moves across the floor. 3. Air ball. And Maynard almost landing on top of Marabuto that time. Again, they were unable to get anything there. $19 for RCSJ, 12 for Ocean here on this Thursday night. Marabuto goes out, semicircle shot, good. That time Smith, the leading scorer on this Ocean County program, picks up his first basket of the evening. We're almost halfway through the first half already.
RCSJ doing a really, really good job keeping Smith in check so far. Like you said, his first basket of the game. They're going to need him to score as much as he is if he wants to keep up with this Roadrunners team.
Green off the mark from 3. Rebound by the newest gentleman in the game, number 32, Joseph Witten. The big man on the left side. Back to Marabuto, spinning around and again in heavy contact. Catch and shoot 3, front iron. Spinning around, goes through at least 3 different players' hands before Zaire Green comes up with it. Now a liner pass. Maynard keeps it in. Shot, foul, and 1. Sidney Maynard went under it, passed it to Baker. And Baker will get his chance for a first point as Williams Bay checks out. He leads the team with 8. And now checking in for Ocean will be number 4, Jack Malik.
That was just an awesome job there by the Roadrunners in transition. I believe that was Zaire Green on that original first pass. Not a good look there for the layup. It's all right. One more dump off inside. You get the and 1.
21-14. Feels like it's football season again. Here comes the shot for the and 1. No good. Offensive rebound. Maynard unable to get that one to go. Now it's back over on the right side for Witten. Witten moving in. 3-on-1. Misses. Catches his own rebound. Back out. Open 3. Wide left. Another offensive rebound, but it's not fielded cleanly, and Davis comes up with it. Tough situation all around. Now Davis moving back. Lassiter. Maynard, one-hand dump off. Baker, again, that low post scoring, so effective for Kassir Baker as he goes from 0 to 4 in just a minute. And it's now a 9-point lead, 23-14. Going with that half-court press, somehow able to get that ball out. Here comes Lassiter. He's open, and he gets fouled. I don't even know if you want to contest that shot there. I mean, you want to go for that clean block, but it felt like Ocean was trying to bite off way more than they could chew that time.
Now, I will say at half court, I thought that the refs might have missed a kick ball violation there on Lassiter, but nonetheless, he's still able to retrieve the ball in the front court and then finish on the other end.
We'll take a quick break. We've got a timeout for Ocean County. 25-14, Roadrunners lead by 11. 25-14, under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Roadrunners have the bonus, or they have the single bonus, which the fact that they have that with 9 minutes to play, kind of a fascinating segment, but we're on the air here in Deptford Township. I'm Dan Wilkins of RCSJ, joined by James Hallman of Rowan University Sports Communication and Media. After the foul and one, Ocean County called a timeout. Shot was good. As Ocean County brings this one up the floor, and another foul. There's a lot of heavy contact here, and we're going to see more of this as we go along.
Yeah, no doubt, especially when a team is implementing a full court press, there is going to be a lot of contact just, naturally. And it is tough on the referee to call every single little tic-tac call. So, deciding on what and what not to call is definitely very rough on the official. So, a lot of times you got to try to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, and sometimes the referees just don't have it. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean just they're not having it is what I'm saying. They will not swallow the whistle, and they will call it by a strict interpretation of the book any time.
Right.
So in that situation, you do kind of get in a little bit of trouble because it doesn't allow the teams to really play physically.
Right.
Jerome Cuff checks in for Kassir Baker. Barkley double pressed on the right side, back out, open three. Lemons gets squeezed too much that time. Rebound by Lassiter. Now over to Baker. Check that green. Lassiter moving to the center. A lot of movement on this RCSJ offense. Really liking how they're getting this one out, getting backed up to the volleyball line. Tough defense by Lemons. Cuff had it briefly. Back over to Davis. Cuts in for the left wing. Right-handed floater. Gets snuffed out at the rim. Remains a 12-point game, 26-14. Right side. Back turn to the basket. Fires it. Barkley moves in 2-on-1 with the favor against, or a favor for the Roadrunners, but the basket's good. And Barkley able to move through traffic for his first points of the night.
Really good footwork there from Berkeley, or from Barkley there. Hop step and then able to finish with the left hand. That was a really nice job there by the kid.
Sidney Maynard moves in, dumps it off without a look to Baker. Green. Guarded by Lemons again. Cuff gets slammed in the head from the back. That will be Ocean's 8th foul. And now Jerome Cuff of Highland will get to go to the charity stripe.
And Aiden Sasanov is always looking for a block down low, leading this team in blocks per game, 2.6, one of the best shot blockers in Region 19. However, they're called for the foul.
8 fouls against Ocean, 4 against the Roadrunners. Cuff makes his first. Cuff, definitely a hometown kid, registering his, hasn't had too many stats on him this year, but going to try to make this above a double-digit point game with him registering his first points of the night. And he goes 2 for 2. We were stressing again, both of these teams are good free throw shooters, and you kind of have to be a team that gets fouled or a team that fouls a lot to go to the charity stripe a lot. To go to a charity stripe enough, if you're Northampton, who again has had 166 free throws this year in just 6 games, it's a high bar to cross.
Yeah, if you're going to be a successful team, not just in Region 19, but in basketball in general, you've got to make your free throws. Just can't be leaving points on the board if you're not able to hit them at a high clip.
Amara Sacco shot through traffic to get the Cuff. He's in the left box. Williams Bay spinning around. Rebound by Cuff. His foot might have been on the line. Now back to the baseline. Sosanov with a clean block that time.
There's that shot blocking ability I was talking about.
And we're going to have a foul here as the Roadrunners going all over Sosanov. The foul will get called against Green.
And once again, RCSJ still not letting up, still pressing, a lot of on-ball pressure in the backcourt, and they're really making Ocean County uncomfortable, not able to get the ball in the front court as easily. as I say that, this possession they might have backed off a little bit, but still just nonetheless amazing defense so far here by the Roadrunners.
Barkley almost slipped that time moving into the baseline. Shot is good. Drops in for Sosanov. The forward has 7 points. He leads the Vikings. All 5 starters have points so far, and it's a 10-point game. Ocean, I don't think they're playing their best tonight, but they are still playing a good game. But RCSJ just kind of hitting them in 1,000 different ways as a fiery bounce pass. Sacco to Cuff. Pump fakes, and they're going to call a travel as the shot gets waved off. And Cuff was unable to execute under the basket.
Yeah, I think that was a good call there by the official. I think Cuff shuffled his feet a little bit under there. You know, it was a really nice pass inside to Cuff, but then Ocean County staying vertical in the paint, and then the help comes, obviously forcing the turnover.
A lot of turnovers on both sides. Neither team has really had a clean sheet.
Yeah, and I think that that's just a testament of both of these teams and how they work defensively. Like I said, RCSJ pressing them. Like I said, like on this possession here, full court pressing, and that's forcing Ocean County into a lot of difficult positions.
Barkley moving inside. Out to the center. Lassiter guarding 6 ways from Sunday. I mean, he is moving in there. Here's Lemons. Lemons spinning around, 9 to shoot, fires it off the rim. Oh, Davis almost had it. Now it's Lemons again who swirls it in. And now John Bird calls another timeout. So Ocean County closing the gap, but not as much as some may think. It's 28-20 with 5:51 to play. We'll take a quick break. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
From Rowan College of South Jersey at Gloucester, let's take a look at those field goal percentages from this season. Ocean lines up 7th. Union and Salem, some of the top teams not only in the region but nationally. Salem coming in 48.3%. Essex in a D2 spot. They're shooting pretty well. In Region 19 Division 3, though, you've got Passaic, Camden, and then Ocean with Union leading the way in both sides. After the timeout by Bird, ball got knocked out. They say it's Ocean ball, and Barkley says he's got it. Pretty amped up that time. There aren't too, I mean, you know, James, you played at RCSJ Cumberland. You played with the baseball team there. You know that even the local teams that play you that are close by, there's not really any long-standing rivalries. The only ones that may exist are Camden and Gloucester, as Barkley with a nice basket that time. Camden and Gloucester, just speaking from RCSJ perspective, and then Cumberland as another nice jumper by Lassiter gets in. But there's not too many, as here we go. Slam! Sosanov takes that one down. And now a steal, but a foul. As Lemons got the ball ripped away, Sacco gets called for the foul.
And, you know, I was praising, you know, the full court press in the beginning of this game. Now, obviously, a lot of good things. However, some cons of the full court press, you're very vulnerable to quick and easy scores just like that. If they're able to break that press quick, push the pace, they can get a lot of easy looks down low.
Yeah, that's the one thing, is that if you don't get a press to work, or if you don't have the speed advantage to get it working, that's going to be a travel on Barkley. Lassiter and Barkley with a couple of words there. I think it was because Barkley had a very amped up celebration. That's why I was mentioning the rivalries, is that you see tension on the floor, but it doesn't really matter if Barkley was wearing an Ocean jersey or a Luzerne jersey or even a Camden County jersey.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters,
They're just here to play.
At this level, it doesn't matter what the school is, you're enemies with the other team. At that point when you guys are on the court, you guys hate each other. It doesn't matter what kind of jersey you're in. Obviously, depending on the jersey, you might have even a little bit more hatred for your opponent, but here these are two quality Region 19 teams that are just ultra competitive.
Yeah, I mean, this is working out really well. 6-point game, highest lead was 13. Barkley in double coverage, ball gets stolen away. Here comes Lassiter, slashing through the court. Slow with the left hand. Great block there. Gloucester doesn't say it's clean, refs say otherwise. 3, Lemons, no good. Rebound, Williams Bay. Back over to Davis. Some great possessions here in the final 5 minutes of the first half. You blink and you miss it. You watch basketball this good. Just a really sound game on both sides. Teams really feeding off of each other really well. As another swipe block. This time gets called for a foul on number 25. Name we haven't mentioned yet, Jones Gibson.
James
Gibson. Sorry, I was looking at the handwriting of the scorebook, the official scorebook. So Marisacco of Woodbury goes to the line.
Yeah, I imagine it's really tough to score down low on this Ocean County team when you got Sosanov and Gibbons playing the 4 and the 5. Just, you got the Twin Towers down low. It's really tough to score and get rebounds. But RCSJ is really holding their own here.
I think it's going to be a great game in the second half and even for the rest of this first half, mostly because RCSJ is a quicker team, Ocean is a taller team, and they might even be a little bit stronger. However you want to slice it is fine, but the point is that both of these teams are going to, again, bounce off of each other really well. Barkley and Lassiter. This is going to be a matchup to watch. I'm loving this here. Foul, Lassiter. Those two are going to get into it tonight. And I'm not saying physically, but I'm saying they are right now locked into the game of basketball really well. As Lassiter gets picked up with his first foul, and now Ocean County gets the bonus.
Yeah, Barkley has had kind of a rough start to the season. However, if you look at last year, he was their best three-point shooter, shooting at about 35% from beyond the arc last season. Off to a rough start this year, like I said, but, this Ocean County team knows how talented he is, and they, hope that he's able to bounce back, sooner rather than later.
Returning sophomores are such a gold mine in JUCO because there's such a high turnover rate that sometimes you're dealing with an entirely new core of players every year. I mean, right now on the floor, Cranmer's back from last year, Davis is back from last year, and so is Lassiter. Oh, we got a double technical foul. That we're gonna have an ejection then. If it's a double, he's now talking to the coach. So we're gonna have one tech on each side. Okay, my apologies. When I heard double technical from the ref in my left ear, I was like, wait a second.
Double tech on one player.
Yeah, that's what my apologies. So I guess it's gonna offset, but you just heard, I watched the body language of the ref. He went like this, he said zip it, basically. So the technical fouls are against Sosanov for Ocean and against Cranmer. Again, there's gonna be some talking here.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is an important conference matchup.
Right, you mentioned earlier no, rivalry on the surface. However, I feel like they're kind of proving you wrong here. Very, very physical play and a lot of hatred towards each other.
And it's a good kind of competition here. As again, Sosanov and Cranmer both picked up techs. Again, I didn't see anything. Ref just might have had a good ear and heard one of the words you can't say. As Davis on the floor after a big scramble. Sacco running through, both teams running heavy presses for 3. Lassiter with a 3. 12 points for the Lenape grad. 3 minutes to play, 10-point game in the first half.
Man, this RCSJ defense has just been absolutely suffocating. And like how I mentioned earlier, turning defense into offense here in transition.
Lassiter, man, 14 points. He had 16 across all of the 40 minutes versus Luzerne. I think he at least spent 30 to 32 minutes on the floor. He had a long shift time. As another shot rattles out. 8 fouls against the Roadrunners, 10 against the Vikings. Williams Bay leans in with the shoulder, and they do call a foul against Sosina.
Very, very good body control there by Williams Bay, able to get the ball down low. I think, you know, as a coach, I think you want to get that ball down low even a little bit sooner, but nonetheless able to catch the ball, take a dribble, and then draw the contact there, and ultimately able to get to the line.
At the line is Desir Williams Bay. Shot misses. 3 new subs coming in. Number 25, number 14, and number 3, respectively. Those are James Gibson, Jeremy Gross, and we say number 3, Miles Marabuto, one of the original starters here. And that one is good. Double digits for Williams Bay. 39-26, 2 minutes and change to play in the first half. Marabuto brings this one up the floor. Right side, moving in, Gross. He is fouled. Check that, that's Mason Cray. It'll be a foul against Davis.
How about that? I believe coming right off the bench and able to get a tough take to the rim, count it and 1. Really nice job there by the kid.
So Cray will have his first points of the night. Make this 39-28 in the end one. Misses. I feel like both of these teams, as Lemons comes in, does late foul call. Roadrunners got physical again, but now both teams are over double bonus here. I mean, you know, you're looking at what these two teams have to offer, and there's going to be a lot for these coaches, for Ocean and RCSJ, to talk about at the half, because there's just so much going on right now.
Yeah, no doubt. A lot of really, really good plays by both sides, and then a couple times where both teams have been sloppy. So definitely have some stuff to clean up coming into the second half, but ultimately it's been a really, really good and really, really competitive game. Both teams, I believe, are playing very well.
Like, it's been physical for us, and it's been a good product to watch, but I'm sure that these coaches are taking mental notes or even physical notes of every single thing that's going wrong in their eyes. But that shot misses, went 0 for 2. Not what Ocean could use there. They need this momentum to have a prayer. I mean, maybe they'll come back in the second half stronger, but they want to have at least something to write home about. As Cranmer, wow, one defender went one way, and Cranmer got a wide open lane to the basket. It was almost like repelling magnets. They just were unable to get anything there as Ocean parts the seas, if you will, for Aiden Cranmer. 13-point lead. Marabuto, low pass. Over into the corner for Cray. No good. Rebound, foul, and 1. Basket counts. As that one is good. Basket made by James Gibson, his first points of the night. And with Ocean County trying to make this a 10-point game, they'll send him to the line for another and one in a foul-heavy first half.
Well, and there's the size advantage that we were talking about there with Ocean County. The size of James Gibbons, able to get around the guy who was boxing him out, grab the rebound up and in for the and one, and able to convert here on the free throw.
Gibbons makes it 41-31. Roadrunners have 1:15 to play. Baker guarded tough. Oh, almost stepped over the line there. Close call. Right side gets pile driven, and they get the call. I mean, with how many fouls there are and the fact that we've been in double bonus territory for a few minutes now, you have to consider that some of these players do have to play a little bit more conservatively in the second half, or else they'll be at risk of fouling out. And yes, you do have a deep bench on both sides, but Ocean's bench looks a little bit deeper right now. And I would say if you're RCSJ, if you're in front, take the hands off a little bit. That's the only thing I would say, is because the more fouls that will be committed, the more there's only so many fouls to go around before players are going to start getting axed from the game.
You know, yeah, of course. Like, obviously you want your best guys out there, but even when you do have your best guys out there and they're in foul trouble, they might have to be playing a little bit more conservative, which is not the type of basketball I don't think any of these teams want their players to play.
Nobody ever wants to play conservative basketball. That's just boring. Mm-hmm. The less that you have to do, less satisfying that is for you. Shot is off the mark from a corner three. They've tried it many times tonight with Cray. Now out into the opposite corner. He fumbled it, and it's out of bounds. Turnover, Jeremy Grosp couldn't get that one down.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to pass the ball before he even had the ball. He had a cutting Cray there, just not able to catch that ball first and then dish it. Just got a little bit excited.
Yeah, that's one thing. You got to do one thing and then the other. At this JUCO level, it's going to be very hard to be a good multitasker as Ocean County abandons the half-court press here. 13-second difference between the two clocks, 35 to play. Cranmer hands off to Green. Green inside, floater, good, rattles in. Green gets those points, shot clock erased. 22 seconds, coast to coast, Lemons. 5 points for the guard. Back to Marabutto, he has 4, guarded by Williams Bay. One of 2 Roadrunners with double digits, chucks it, 8 seconds. Roadrunners not leaving an inch to breathe. Got an open man on the far corner. They don't take it, and Marabutto with a nice pull-up to get that one in, and they'll run out of time. So at the end of the first half, it's the Roadrunners 44 and the Vikings 33 in what was a productive but otherwise flawed first half for both teams, but a lot of potential for a really fun closing 20 minutes. We'll be back in 15-ish with the second half of this game with the Roadrunners leading by 11. We'll be right back. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear.
Woo!
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Jersey is the number 2 seed. As we said, they beat Manville 19-0 in the first round, which was even larger than Audubon's 16-0 win over Paulsboro as the 1 seed in the first round. That one's hit out towards center field straight away. Oh, she misjudged it. Got over her head in center field. Now this one's got a chance to be 3 bases for Spire. She's flying around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. What a way to kick off a semifinal with an inside the park home run. Emma Spire, who will take her talents to the Great Danes after 2026, lights up the scoreboard with a fly ball that got misjudged in center field. And Argabright with a full count. Outfielders in communication for the Quakers. Everyone's looking around in a tie game, bottom of the 6th. The 3-2 payoff. Ground ball. It's going to get over the head of Tolbert into left field. That's a base hit. 2-run score. Argabright delivers when asked. 5-3. Alex Argabright has given the Golden Eagles a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Excuse me, Goldberg is a shortstop tonight, but he had a 400 average in 2023 as a junior. A homer in each of his sophomore and junior campaigns, 331 career mark and a 430 career slugging percentage. And speaking of home runs, there's a fly ball to left, and it's gone! Devin Goldberg answers on opening day with a first pitch rocket to left, and it's 1-0 Bridgewater. We were just talking about the long ball, and he stomps on the plate, mobbed at home, and Goldberg, the leadoff man, with a swing of gold. It's 1-0.
And this is going to bring up Andrew Petrick, who has a single in this game. And here's a fly ball popped up right field side. And it's fair. It's fair. They're going to throw to second for try to get this play. The force out. They got him, but the game is tied. How about it for Woodstown? They complete the comeback to make it 8-8. So now there is one out after Kubat let it fall in right, and because the bases were loaded, you know what? That's a very smart play.
1-0 Red Bank.
Now here is Al D'Elia. The man they used to call Big Al has now slimmed down, and he still hits dingers. He went viral in 2018 for his catchphrase during the Little League World Series when he was introduced by the ESPN camera crews and was given his standard introduction. He said, "Hi, my name's Big Al, and I hit dingers." And that sentiment still holds true today. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in their opening game of the campaign last week. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. But D'Elia, kind of a folk hero for baseball players who just want to hit the ball far and have fun while doing it. The poster child now is the poster big fella. Fly ball right center field. This is going to be a sac fly. Taken in by Terranova, and Big Al might not hit dingers, but he certainly drives in runs. It's 2-0. Jack Mastero, 2 for 3 with a strikeout, a double, and a single. Looking to play hero. He's going to line this one into right center field, and that's going to drop. That's going to do it if they don't get a throw down. Mastero's going to second, and Danza's coming home. Sectional champions, Gloucester Catholic. They do it in a walk-off fashion as GC with Mastero playing hero. An unbelievable
Welcome back to Rowan College of South Jersey. It's Ocean County 33, RCSJ-Gloucester 44. 11-point lead at half in a very physical first half that saw a heck of a lot of fouls, heck of a lot of turnovers, and honestly a lot of open shots on both sides. It felt like both teams were really, really bouncing off of each other well.
Yeah, I thought a lot of very, very physical defense by both teams. A lot of really good defensive possessions, but, you know, like you said, some open shots that were and were not falling for both teams. You know, both teams have been extremely, extremely competitive in this game. I'm expecting a really big second half. Ocean County down 11 going into halftime, and I expect them to have a little bit of more of a fire coming out of that locker room.
Yeah, I think that Ocean definitely was fired up. You saw those technicals late in the first half against Cranmer, and also for Ocean, they picked up one as well with Sosanov. Two very physical players, and these players aren't afraid to talk to each other. It's not like high school where the coaches are really holding you back. I mean, the coaches might hold them back a little bit, but honestly, I mean, this game's going to continue to get physical, and I think there's going to be a lot of fouls. But both these teams are going to have to let up on the fouls. Both teams had double bonuses with 5 minutes left. We saw a lot of foul shooting. And for two teams that are top 5 in the region in free throw percentage, could be a high-scoring second half.
Yeah, obviously when you're the coach, the last thing you want for your team is foul trouble. And then when you are getting in foul trouble, that leads to teams getting in the bonus, free points at the free throw line. Like I said, last thing you want as a coach, and especially with two teams that are pretty good shooting from the free throw line, just, you know, extra points for the other team that, you know, as the defending team, you can't afford.
Right. We'll take a quick break, 44-33. We'll flip this one back around, and we've got 20 more minutes of JUCO basketball. Welcome back here from Rowan College of South Jersey, getting ready to go. I'm Dan Wilkins. I am joined by my good friend James Holman on the call tonight of Rowan University. As again, both teams, they've been in a little bit of trouble tonight, but they're going to look to. I mean, how big do you think the pace is going to be to start the second half? I got to imagine the first 5 minutes are going to be a little bit more low key.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what both teams are going to do defensively. They were mixing in some full court presses, and that is going to push the pace of the game. So we'll see if they decide to come out in the second half, still implementing that full court press or backing off a little bit.
Sosanov up to 9 points. He leads the Vikings, 44-35. Williams Bay with 10. Lassiter with 14. Ajir Davis with 8 for the Roadrunners. For Ocean, 9 for Sosanov, 6 apiece for Barkley and Marabuto, and 5 for A.J. Lemons. Sosanov, the big man at the top of the key, trying to drive in. Marabuto leaps for 3. And timeout, Ocean. They're looking to take a very quick advantage of this run as they go up 44-37. We will stay right here. The schedule for next week for Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, as we mentioned on Saturday, will be on the air in Haddonfield at Paul Six High School for 4 games in the WJYFL Youth Championships. For all 4 games, one team is the denominator in the Belmar Purple Eagles. All 4 programs have Belmar represented. Then on Tuesday, prior to Thanksgiving, we're right back at home for a men's basketball standalone game between the Thaddeus-Stevens Bulldogs and the RCSJ-Gloucester Roadrunners as we come out of timeout, 6 p.m. tip-off. Then on Thanksgiving Day, it's the Pittman Panthers and the Clayton Clippers in a matchup between 2 Tri-County Royal teams in the WJFL for our last and 34th football game of the year. As Ajir Davis will bring this one up the floor. Again, 44-38. Ocean called the timeout to take advantage of the run after the catch-and-shoot 3 by Marabuto. Coming inside. Baker, Davis, moving inside. Spots up, and no good. Cranmer, rebound, try to rip it away from Marabuto, and we will have a jump ball. Interesting stuff there. Cranmer's not going to be the guy who usually gets in that low post situation trying to grab a rebound. When there's a jump ball, he's not usually the guy that's going to be in there as RCSJ turns it over on the inbound. Now Oh, they tried a lob. Why would you try a lob in that situation? That's just not going to work. Here's another one. Right side, off the glass, and good for Barkley.
Yeah, what looked like a missed opportunity there for Ocean, able to get the ball right back on a costly RCSJ turnover, and now the lead's at 4.
Davis at the center of the volleyball line. Now he moves in, 10 to shoot. Floats it inside, not gonna win that battle with Ocean's size advantage. Euro, a beautiful Euro step. And now the Roadrunners call a timeout. So back-to-back timeouts, and you blink and you miss it. It's a 2-point game. How about them apples? It'll be a full timeout. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back. RCSJ-Gloucester, 2-point game. Ocean County making themselves known after being down by 11 at the half. They have now gone on a 9-0 run to start the second, with Williams Bay inbounding. 44-42. Green. Underhand flip to Lassiter, moving inside. Lassiter pumping back. Barkley got hit with a screen from behind by Cranmer. Shot's no good. Coming in, Baker, shot's good. That great close range shooting that time for Baker gives him his 6th point of the night. As now floating in, Lemons backpedaling, no good, and a one-hand fire off the glass as Smith. Well, Jim, you had Jamari Smith as your player to watch. He actually has the least amount of points of any Ocean County starter with 4, with Marabuto and Sosanov both having 9 apiece leading the way.
Yeah, the Roadrunners have done a really excellent job of containing Jamari Smith. However, 4 quick points in the second half for Smith. Maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, it'll just come down to whether or not Ocean can take advantage of RCSJ's lapses right now. Is another second chance shot by Smith. Cranmer, no. It's going to be an inbound violation.
Offensive foul, I believe.
I couldn't tell what it was. Okay, so they're calling it against Lassiter. I thought it was an inbound violation, but it is not. That is Lassiter's 3rd foul. He leads the team in scoring with 14.
Looks like Lassiter pushed off a little bit, trying to create some space there.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it, but I'll take your word for it. Sosanov inside to tie the game, no good. Ball got ripped away. Marabuto with Sacco trying to get in there for 3, no good. Another offensive rebound, another spin, another fire, and the game is tied. Sosanov off the glass. The size advantage working wonders as Ocean at high tide makes this 48-48. Here comes Green. Left side, underhand flip to Williams Bay. Back out to Lassiter. Points to the ground, now cuts out for a screen. Moving all around the floor, open 3. Sacco off the mark, and another rebound by Sosanov. I mean, I'm not tracking rebounds tonight, but he's got to be in double-double territory if he gets this. Off the mark there. Sosanov wanted to complete what would have been the perfect possession. Get a block, go down the lane, and get yourself a 3. Roadrunners take the lead back with Baker, the 3rd Roadrunners starter to eclipse double digits.
We were talking about the pace coming out of the half. Still been a very, very fast-paced game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of quick shots. Very
Williams
fun,
Bay.
very, very fun action so far.
Contact between Lemons and Williams Bay. Again, A.J. Lemons has been one of those players that, you know, Ocean County really has had to rely on. So we mentioned in the open, Ocean 2-3 this year, but their 3 losses have been against Northampton, Salem, and Camden. 3 really quality teams at the top of the standings table in Region 19, Division 3.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, that just shows that, you know, they're battle-tested, right? They've gone against 3 extremely, extremely competitive teams in the country and in the whole NJCAA. So, you know, at this point, they've played the best of the best. They're ready for, you know, just about anyone who steps on that court.
Salem coming off of, first of all, basket by Baker. Salem coming off of a national appearance and even winning some games in that national tournament last year in New York. They were ranked 2nd nationally in last week's NJCAA poll. Union was also nationally ranked in that poll as well. Marabuto running through traffic. Very difficult shot that time, unable to get the and one to fall. But can you believe after how physical that was the first foul? Or excuse me, the second foul? Only the second foul. One was an offensive foul. Took us 5 minutes for our first free throw shots. And after how intense the first half was, took us 5 minutes, really?
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like in the second half, this game has been extremely, extremely physical there. Like you said, just the first defensive foul call of the half.
Smith misses his first. On the floor for Ocean is Lemons, Sozanov, Barkley, Marabuto, and at the line, Smith. All 5 original starters. Ocean with a deep bench, but not really making many rotations here. As that shot is good. And now Ocean calls a timeout. They'll have 3 remaining, and with 15:06, it's the Roadrunners 52 and the Vikings 49. Welcome back, Ocean County, with their 8th year head coach, Patrick Boylan, assisted by Evan Andreas and Anthony Petit-Claire. This will be inbounded by Williams Bay, 15:06 to play. 3-point game, Roadrunners led by 11 at the half, but that lead quickly evaporated. But the Roadrunners now storming back out to a 3-point lead. Williams Bay inside, back to the basket, spinning around on the left side. Baker good. On the pass from Williams Bay, was able to dish that one up, and it's 54-49.
Really nice work down there from Baker, getting the ball deep into the post, gives him a little shimmy, and awesome footwork there as well.
Gonna have a 10-second violation there. Didn't get across the line in time. You really don't see that all that much, just because the players are usually supposed to be aware, you know, about crossing the half-court line, but sometimes you want to slow down the game, it ends up slowing it down too much, and that's where Ocean ran into a mistake. I mean, both teams are running into mistakes tonight. This game would be completely different if both teams had their A game, but I would say both teams kind of have their B+ to B range.
I will say, I think defensively they both have their A game, and I think that's contributing to why maybe offensively they're not doing as well as they usually do.
Baker unable to shoot that time. No, I mean, you're right. If both teams were playing perfectly, this game would be entirely different, but no team plays perfectly. Every team's got to have, you know, one flaw, something that the other team can capitalize on, and you're seeing it right here. RCSJ, when they had the press going, there were a lot of great turnovers, but if you don't apply the press correctly, you're going to run into a lot of issues with leaving shots open on the table.
Right, of course. You know, if you're pressing, you have to make sure you're executing it at a high level, or else it's just going to be a nightmare for that team that's pressing. A lot of easy baskets on the other end if you don't.
Williams Bay at center court. finds a Suter. He dumps it off to Green. Green with 3 points coming off the bench after being a starter versus Luzerne on Saturday. Again, the only change in the starting lineup tonight for the Roadrunners was that Davis started for Green. He fires it off the glass, sets it up for Baker. And you blink and you miss it. Kassir Baker only had 8 points in the first half. He's now up to 16 and now leads the team in scoring.
Well, we talked about how big this Ocean County team is, but a lot of second chance points for RCSJ.
Barkley for 3 from the near corner. Kai Barkley makes it a 4-point game.
And like I mentioned earlier, 35% three-point shooter for this Ocean County team last season. Finally able to get back on the board here in the 2025 season.
Here comes another steal. Got a chance to lay one in. Leans in with the shoulder. Foul gets called. It is a shooting foul. I do like the fact that Sosinov tried to draw the foul in that time. That's something that big men and big forwards really have to excel at this level, is the fouls. They will come to you in some extent, but you have to milk as many fouls as you can in this game. And Sosinov did that really well. He lowered his left shoulder and was able to draw the foul that time. And if he had stayed perfect, if he had stayed standing up, who knows? He might not have had that same success.
Yeah, he may only be a freshman, but from what I've seen is he's shown a lot of maturity out there. Just like that Exhibit A right there, able to stop, draw the contact, and then had a couple nice rebounds and nice moves down below.
Sosinov out of Manalapan in the Shore Conference received some D2 and D3 NCAA offers, including Georgian Court. Oh, wow, Lassiter just got smoked in the face. Barkley and Lassiter once again, the physical part of this game, bumping together. And that will be a foul against Barkley, his second. Yeah, just a really physical matchup tonight. You're seeing it all over. They leave Lassiter open, though. Cuff from the foul line. No good. And another foul. So as we were talking about the ref swallowing the whistle, we're seeing the opposite of that after a relatively calm first 5 minutes.
Yeah, of course, with the game this physical, I think the refs can only swallow their whistles for so long.
Yeah, they can only have so much restraint before you're just straight up not calling fouls. So I can at least applaud them for doing that much. We were talking about the Shore Conference, a lot like the Olympic, where they've got very physical basketball. Like down here, we're used to Bishop Eustis, Cherokee, Lenape, which is where Ace Lassiter comes from, Shawnee. With Joe Kessler, hello! A slam! RCSJ leaving no time. They quickly get it in transition, moving out. Not allowing any time to embellish that one. 3, airballed. And the game is tied after the slam with authority by Jamari Smith. Now a corner 3. Barkley coming in. Bull in a china shop. Third chance. Go Sosinov. And the Vikings have the lead. It's 58-56.
Exactly, you know, what I mentioned earlier about them having the size advantage over the Roadrunners, and it being shown right there. Sosinov, a great job, able to crash the boards and get a second chance opportunity.
Here comes Barkley. Who's he going to look for? Left hand lay is good. John Bird in trouble. He wanted a timeout. He didn't get it. Listen to this Ocean County bench and crowd. They are loving it. It's the Vikings 60 and the Roadrunners 56. How can things change so quickly? I don't know, but we're going to take a quick break. All right, so how about this? To tie the game, a slam. And we were just saying during the break, you blink and you miss it. An 11-point lead at halftime, gone. And the Roadrunners now down to their last 2 timeouts with 12 minutes to play.
Yeah, this Ocean County team has been a completely different team coming out of halftime. Really looks like they really have, lit a fire under themselves after that first half performance. This is the Ocean County team that I expected coming into today.
Cranmer moving quickly, and here we go again. Just watch poetry in motion right here. Euro, foul. I thought he was going to go for the slam, to be honest with you. That's why I was saying poetry in motion. I thought he was going to try to bring the house down, as Ocean has done many times tonight. But he will go to the charity stripe, and they have put the Roadrunners in foul trouble. 5 fouls in the first 9 minutes.
Yeah, like I said, another great move from Sasanov driving to the lane. I said it earlier, but he just looks very, very mature out there. Getting to the lane, seeing his defender right in front of him, not panicking, gives him a little bit of a slow Euro and a chance to draw some contact and ultimately go into the line.
Sasanov 2 for 2, 15 points. He leads the Vikings in scoring. Williams Bay moving up the baseline for the pass. Got a lot of room. Cranmer's the only one in the paint. Davis, hands off. Behind the volleyball line to Green. Bounce pass, Cranmer. Guarded by Grosp. 3-second violation. A hold on Barkley. So it is an Ocean foul, and they have 3 now. Green inbounds. Quickly, Lassiter lets it fly. Almost bounced in. Now Cranmer's got to scramble for it, fires it off the glass, and it's good.
Great hustle by Cranmer there, second chance effort.
62-58. Ocean has dominated in second chance points tonight. It's now far corner. Grosp off the mark. He's in disapproval. Davis, only man down. Breaks an ankle or two and gets himself in the lane. Back to a 2-point game. Again, I think RCSJ is the quicker team. Ocean might be I don't want to say stronger, but definitely the taller team, as Sosanov gets called for an offensive foul. You can only get away with it so many times. I think in that situation, that calls for an offensive foul.
Yeah, and like you said, they may not be the bigger team, but just showing really, really great effort on the defensive end, willing to step in front of Sasanov, put your body on the line, take a charge, and now we're going the other way. 4
fouls for Sosanov. We talked about foul trouble at the halftime break. That is going to be something that they will have to laser in on because you only have so much to work with. Sosanov is now 1 foul away, so they are leaving him conservatively now as another foul gets called, and it's another against Barkley. And he will get checked out. That's his 4th foul. So now the dangers that we were talking about at the halftime break are now all of a sudden coming to fruition, and we still have 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, and if you're RCSJ, you got to be thinking that this is your time to take advantage when 2 of their top starters are on the bench due to foul trouble.
Lassiter does take advantage of it. He ties the game up at 62 all. As we are now 10 minutes gone in the second, 10 minutes to go. 62-62, what could be a very high-scoring affair, a foul. Green says he went straight up. Marabuto, if he didn't let that ball go, he would have had an extra step, but he avoids the travel and instead draws the foul, and RCSJ is 1 foul away from the single bonus with still 10 minutes to play. 2 subs getting ready for RCSJ. Lemons trying to burn through. He does burn through. Foul, block, and the basket, did not go. And now Lemons will shoot 2. Getting ready to come in for the Roadrunners will be number 23, that being Sidney Maynard and Kassir Baker. So Maynard and Baker check in. Cranmer And Cranmer and Lassiter check out. Davis's foul was his third. Again, you just got to look up at that scoreboard, see how many fouls that they have, check your books. That's what you got to do. I mean, these coaches, they got a lot of responsibilities, and they have to make sure that they do not run their players and their team into trouble. Lemons 2 for 2. Makes it 64-62. Vikings. Again, you're just looking at this one-on-one guarding, not even leaving any room to go up the floor. That's how intense this defense is. Near corner. No good on the three. Trying to rip it away. Vikings do. Able to separate. The new center on the floor is number 25. And now a foul as James Gibson came in on that one. Foul is on Williams Bay. Shockingly enough, that's his first of the game. Feels like out of all the players to get fouled, didn't know how long it was going to take for that to happen to Williams, but we do have we are at the single bonus, so the 1-and-1. Basket no good. Maynard tried to swipe it away, and they're going to say he went out of bounds. Williams Bay will inbound. 8 fouls against the Roadrunners, 5 against the Vikings. Here comes Baker. Check that green. Guarded by number 4, Jack Malik. Williams Bay, stutter steps, right side. Now moving into the left side of the box. Maynard trying to drive in. Gets tipped up. Marabutto comes down with it. Now in double coverage. Ocean gets out of it. It's back to Smith. Smith fires across the floor. Catch and shoot. 3 off the mark. Tipped up by Zaire Green. 2-point lead in favor of Ocean. Stopping his momentum. Walking all the way back. Ocean looking to change their defense. Maynard guarded in the corner by Gibson.
Ooh.
And a foul. I think that's going to be an illegal screen against Baker.
Yeah, that's a good call there.
I think that's the right call. I think there was a little too much grabbing there. And also he was moving a little bit too much.
Yeah, definitely moved once he made contact with the defender. That's an easy call for the
And
official.
he's going to be fouled out.
Wow.
It's his 5th foul. So that illegal screen was enough to get him out of the game.
And that's huge for RCSJ. He's been huge down low for them all game. So without him, it's going to be tough, especially against this Ocean County team. A lot of big guys on that team.
If there was one player to get fouled out, that was the last man that RCSJ wanted out. Baker with 16 points. Now Lassiter gets the turnover. Guarded by Marabutto. Uses the right side. Uses the right hand. Foul and 1. Basket's good. So Lassiter picking up the scoring, and the game is tied 64-64. And Lassiter will get the and 1 foul again. Gibson checks out. They're going to bring back onto the floor Mason Cray. And now Lassiter will go to the line. 15 combined fouls in the first 12 minutes of the second half. 4 Roadrunners starters with double-digit points. Williams Bay with 10, Davis with 10, Baker with 16, and now Lassiter with 19 after getting the 3-point play. And the Roadrunners take the lead, 65-64. Marabutto, left side, back to Lemons.
Looks like RCSJ's in zone now.
Yeah, they reset their defense entirely. Now Marabutto, catch and shoot 3, too long. Rebound, a great rebound by Ocean, and he's got it. Vikings retake the lead as Jamari Smith, who had 0 points in the first half, fires him up for 11.
And that's just what we were talking about with Baker on the bench, not able to put a body on Jamari Smith, and that's just too easy for number 5.
Yeah, Baker might not blow you away with his, eye test on paper, but he is such a good scorer in the low post. It's just fantastic to watch him work, and Roadrunners will be without him for the rest of the night. 7:30 to play. Back out. Turned over. Marabutto is there. Now it's back over to Cray. Moving in. Fires it. Left side. He's got room. And fires a 3 off the mark. Heading towards the Vikings bench. They let it go, and it's Roadrunner ball. Barkley will check back in.
Good look there for Ocean, not able to cash in with an opportunity to make it a 2-possession game.
With Barkley checking back in, Marabutto guarding Green. It's Green, Williams Bay, Cranmer, Davis, and Lassiter on the floor for the home Roadrunners. Here's a deep three. Lassiter front iron. Offensive rebound from beyond the arc by Williams Bay. Now it's back out to Davis. Gets sandwiched. Here comes a corner three from Green. No good. Now Davis gets another offensive rebound. He gets blocked. Shot goes up 2-on-1. Cranmer's got it. Back and forth. And it's 67-66 with the Roadrunners back in front. 1 point lead. How about that? What a possession by the Roadrunners. And it ends in 2 points. Some of the most important points of the night so far. Cray, deep around the world. They find the near corner three. It's good. Barkley. 16 for the Shore Conference guard. 2 corner threes for the freshman tonight. Now another lob. Williams Bay comes in, makes a man, miss, and good. Game tied. This is a fantastic game. It's methodical. These teams, basket after basket, every time a different way, and another one by Smith. This is going to be a really fun finish.
He's really turned it on here in the second half.
Williams Bay, easy. This feels like I'm watching the Clayton Clippers. Shout out Frank Rago. John Bird calls a timeout. Looks like he's got one left. It's 71 all. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back. Well, it's a high-scoring affair. We shouldn't be all that surprised. Ocean is 7th. Actually, check that, 8th in team field goal percentage. You could see some of the best up there. Union, Salem, Essex, Passaic, Camden having a really good year, and Ocean coming in with 48.2% from the field. And, I mean, 48% for how many shots they're chucking up? A lot of open looks. So it'll be interesting to see, but it's like we're back to square one, except you've got 142 combined points, split evenly down the middle, 71 on both sides. Ocean making it quick. I am shocked their stamina is lasting this long, as a swipe at the basket ends with a basket by Cray. Roadrunners moving quickly, but a lot of fouls on both sides. I've already seen the fruits of Ocean's labor in trying to draw fouls come to light, as Kasir Baker with 16 points fouled out with 9 minutes to play. Scramble. Here comes Williams Bay. He gets blocked, and it's a foul against Lemons. Lemons tried to squeeze too much out of him, and Williams Bay will go to the line.
It's a really nice pass there by Green. Ocean not able to come up with the rebound, giving the Roadrunners a second chance. Green grabs it, a nice look inside, and able to draw the foul at the line is, I believe, Williams Bay.
14 points for the freshman out of Kingsway. Shot good. Of course, Kingsway in the Tri-County Royal Division, such a good team out there. I mean, they have had some really good years. 20-plus wins in the last 2 seasons, a Tri-County Flight A tournament championship, a really good playoff run last year, and Williams Bay was their leading scorer. Was able to work as really a combo guard. They weren't all that big with the exception of Kai Tali in the center position, but Kingsway is such a good high school team just down the road in Swedesboro. Oh, that shot, so close. Now it's back to Lemons. Near corner, three. Second chance, no good. Cranmer throws it down. Another lob, another shot, rolls over the basket. There's 4 missed shots. And emerging from the pile is Zaire Green. 4:35 to play. Green moving quickly. Bounce pass. Williams Bay makes a miss. Foul and 1. Lemons disagrees, but a lot of contact. And now a new sub as they will take their chances. Sosanov down to his last foul. Remember, Barkley and Sosanov both have 4 fouls, but they are now both back in the game. Honestly, at this point, nothing to lose, right? You know, if one of these guys fouls out, I'm sure their individual game plan is to be conservative. But even if these guys foul out with 3, now it's going to be 4 minutes left. When that happens, if that happens, it's going to be interesting to see how Ocean develops down the stretch, because so much of this offense has been schemed and built around Aiden Sosanov and the shooter Kai Barkley.
Right, especially in the guts of the game. In a close affair like this, you need your best guys on the floor.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter the fouls right now because you've got the bonuses. Just tell your guys to be careful. Cray way too long on that one. Rebounded by Williams Bay. Roadrunners with a 1-point lead, 74-73. Lassiter down the right side, fires inside to Green. Green backpedaling, guarded by Marabuto. He's got Davis open, moves him to the corner of the volleyball stripe. Back to Lassiter. Lassiter cutting to the right. Cranmer sets a good screen inside the semicircle. Moves from the free throw line to the near corner. Cranmer, 3 off the mark with 6 to shoot. Ball comes out of the hands, and it's going to be Ocean ball. That looked like the Roadrunners did touch it. And Barkley is going to bring this one in.
It's a great kick out there. Kramer, an open look, just not able to knock that one down.
Barkley to Marabuto. 9 points for the guard. Ocean trying to get stopped here. Back to Cray. Bounce pass. Barkley, right wing on top of the Gloucester logo. Near corner. Sosanov. Back inside to the corner of the box. Sosanov sliding over. Fires coast to coast. Barkley makes Lassiter miss. Now moves out to an open Sosanov. Euro fires it off with 7 to shoot. Got another rebound. Firing it off the glass for the lead. Sosanov. 3/4 of a century for Ocean County. It's with 3:10 to play, 75-74. Here's Cranmer, top of the key, back to Williams. Williams Bay bounces it off the back of Sosanov, and they say he touched it before the ball went out of bounds. It will remain Roadrunner ball. It's just a knee-jerk reaction to go and scramble for that ball, and Sosanov there, I don't think he made that grave of a mistake by going for it. Here's Lassiter moving inside, in the paint, right hand, good. Lassiter, 21 points for the sophomore out of Philadelphia. And it's a 1-point lead, 76-75, double coverage. And Ocean County, out of desperation, called a timeout. 2:41 to play, 76-75. Welcome back to Rowan College of South Jersey at Gloucester. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by James Hallman of The Call tonight. Fantastic game for your first, Jim. As it's 76-75. Roadrunners lead by 1. We're going to have to go back through the tape and see how many lead changes this game had. It had to be at least double-digit lead changes. Fantastic game. Neither team getting too far ahead as Barkley wanted a 3, didn't get it. Back to Cray. Barkley's got another open look near corner. Sosanov going around the world, right to left. Marabuto moves in. Barkley lets it fly. Right side, no good. Barkley gets the offensive rebound. Did not have anywhere to go with the Roadrunners trapping him, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, and Ocean County moving the ball pretty well against this zone defense. A couple good looks from the outside. And RCSJ knows that if you're going to play zone, you might be susceptible to that outside shot. It's all about if Ocean is able to capitalize.
Barkley to inbound. Williams Bay jumping all over it. They fire it back out on a high arc to Marabuto. Sosinov. Marabuto for three. Right side, no good. Bounced off the head of somebody. And emerging from the pile is Cranmer. Left side for Williams Bay. This is where the game is going to slow down to a grinding halt. The time for fun is over. Now it will come down to a war of attrition between these two teams with 2 minutes to play in regulation. Heck, this game could be overtime bound for all we know. Davis floats it up. Oh, just rattled out. Second chance. Williams Bay, no good. Ball gets tipped up in the air again. Barkley, check that. Marabuto comes down with it. Now it's back over to the Vikings. Smith, foul. And a minute 36. The foul is against Cranmer. Pretty sure that's his fourth. That will bring the double bonus against the Roadrunners, and that is huge with a minute 35 to play. Because now every mistake that you make will be reciprocated in 2 free throws. Shot good by Smith.
Yeah, and this is what Jamari Smith excels at, is being able to get downhill, go to the lane, and draw contact. He's averaging over 9 free throws a game so far in this early 2025 season. Hasn't had much shots at the line tonight. That's what RCSJ has done a really good job of.
Those are Shea Gilgeous-Alexander numbers right there. That shot is good. And Ocean calls the penultimate timeout. They have 1 remaining, but they took the lead from the stripe as Jamari Smith goes 2 for 2. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rowan College of South Jersey. My laptop is saying that it's a brisk 43 degrees outside, so honestly, I wouldn't mind this game going to overtime. That means I can stay indoors a little bit longer, not have to brave the cold of South Jersey. I'm sure it's even colder in Toms River, where Ocean County is based, because they've got the ocean breeze. I know in my summers in Wildwood, they spend a lot of time with that in cool weather in the summers. That shot is no good. 77-76 lead for Ocean. A foul against the Roadrunners. With the Roadrunners over the double bonus, Cranmer got hit with a foul. That's going to be his fourth. So he already had 3. Now he gets tagged for his fourth as the West Deptford grad. They're now going to bring this one the other way. That's a big blow against the Roadrunners. I mean, they have been in foul trouble all night. They have had the only player fouled out in Kassir Baker, and these 2 free throws against a team that is 3rd in the region in free throw shooting. It's just going to be a big blow against the Roadrunners.
Yeah, and this is crucial right here, being able to knock down both of these free throws, make it a 3-point game.
The Roadrunners do have some effective 3-point shooting, and Ace Lassiter, Aiden Cranmer could let one fly. But they are bottom 8 in the region in 3-point shooting. They go 1 for 2. Bit of a break that they did miss that second one. Keeps it a 2-point game. That's the totality of it right there. You don't know if he's going to make those shots because in a region where the top free throw shooting team is only at 76%, that's a low bar. You're going to see a lot of missed shots. Davis, baseline, loses it. Pass to Williams Bay, no good. Ball gets fumbled around like a hacky sack. Ball goes back out to the baseline again. Same song. Davis, 3, at a time, and he's good! Hajir Davis, the guard from the Queen City, emerges with a king-size 3.
Relentless on that offensive possession there. Couple tip passes, but doesn't matter. Gets a good look and knocks it down.
Another 3. Barkley, front iron. 35 seconds left. 5-second separation. Will the fouls begin here? Left hand, Barkley. 1 flipper, but it rebounds to Cranmer, right side. No good. Rebound, Ocean, by the big man, Sosanoff. 1-point game. 20 seconds. No shot clock. All comes down to this. Right hand. No good. Another chance. Hits the floor hard and a foul. Oh, my goodness. He hit the floor hard that time. And the Vikings will go to the line. Williams Bay gets tagged with the foul. There's 13 and a half seconds to play. Can feel the angst in this room already. Ocean County and RCSJ, a barn burner tonight. Oh! Front iron. 1 shot to tie it. Let's listen in. It missed. He missed both of the foul shots. Can you believe it? Heartbreak for the Vikings. Wow. When he needed him most, one of the leading scorers, one of the players that we highlighted tonight pregame. Now, the Roadrunners do not have the double. I know they do have the double. I'm sorry, other way around. Ocean has the double. Roadrunners are at 1-1. So they can make this a 3-point game.
Now, if you're Jamari Smith, you cannot let that phase you. You still got 11.3 seconds to go. Even if he knocks down 2 free throws, it's still a 3-point game, 1 possession game at that. So you got to make sure that you're still focused and still locked in here.
That shot is no good. 10 seconds. Marabuto, right side. And he'll call for a timeout. Ocean had their last one remaining. We're going to take a breath. I think both of these teams need that. We need that too. It's a full timeout. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is a game that's going to come down to the wire, and Ocean County was smart. They called a timeout with 6 seconds left. This now gives the Vikings enough time to formulate a play, and they'll have possession on their half of the court.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, missed both free throws, but here you are with a chance to win it right here.
Here we go. Left side. Spinning around. Shot is up and in! Oh my goodness! In traffic! The shot is good! The foul called. as that will be an amazing shot. Amara Sacco with the foul. They've still got the house music playing for some reason. Somebody's got to hit the pause button.
Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter. You missed both free throws earlier with the chance to give your team the lead. It doesn't matter. Right back on the other end, having an opportunity to give you guys a lead here on this possession, and he does exactly that, and he's why we highlighted him before the game with his incredible scoring ability. Here he's able to come up clutch for this Ocean County team and a chance to make it a 2-point lead.
Thought we were going to get a timeout. They got to turn off the music. There we go. Oh, they're firing it off the glass. An intentional miss that time by Ocean. Now, keep in mind they have the double bonus, so just firing it off the glass doesn't do them any good. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. It's 80-79. I am a little bit confused by that. Well, Ocean had the double bonus, and they fired it off the glass thinking that it was 1-1. And the head coach is departing from the timeout circle to ask the refs for a situation here. Head coach Patrick Boylan in his 8th season. I think that's just a clerical error there for Ocean.
Well, if you're going to miss that free throw on purpose, you have to make sure that you hit the rim. I don't know if that ball even hit the rim. And
he just fired it off the backboard.
Right, and because of that, no time at all, it came off the clock. It was 2.4 before the free throw, and still 2.4 seconds now. So, a crucial error there by Ocean County, and RCSJ with a chance. Even if he does miss that free throw, it hits the rim, that's probably an extra second or so that's shaved off the clock. Now RCSJ are giving them just a little bit more time, and that might be all they need.
I think that they misjudged the amount of fouls that they had. I don't think that the player that was at the line, which was Smith, I don't think that he knew that it was double bonus, not 1-1. Because you saw it, he fired it off the glass, and then every player ran in thinking that it was going to be a rebound. The clock started to run. We were at 1.7, I think, 1.1. And, well, if you're a high school basketball fan from South Jersey, you know the Devin Williams shot that got us on ESPN last year. That only took 2 seconds.
Well, if anything, if you truly did believe that you weren't in the bonus and you fouled, they would have been at the line. But right now, actually, with him missing the rim, they kind of caught a break because now they're going to have to inbound from their own baseline. They're not going to get free throws.
They're waving off they're not letting them shoot again. I thought it was 2 shots.
No, so it looked like it was a violation because the ball didn't hit the rim, so they're getting it underneath.
Great stuff there. 2 seconds. Bounce pass. They got to let it fly. A heave. No good. And the Ocean Vikings survive in an instant thriller. 80-79. Wow. I was getting flashbacks to Woodbury for a second as that shot was so close. But the Vikings survived to get back to 500 in a 1-point thriller. What a game. What a finish.
And that just shows how resilient this Ocean County team is. Down 11 at half, but doesn't matter. They were still able to claw their way back in, chip away, and even down, to a point with, less than 10 seconds left to go, and they're still able to hit in a huge shot and play defense on the other end to get a victory.
That would have been a monumental mistake if the Roadrunners either won the game or sent us to overtime. My opinion stands that I think that on the inbound he should have gone further up the floor. I think that it just should have been, you've got 2.5 seconds left. Cranmer's got an arm. Fire that ball as far as you can and then try to get as much as you can going in the paint, because you only need 2 points.
Right,
I would much rather take a baseline shot in coverage than take an open shot from 3/4 down the court that doesn't really have a realistic shot of going in.
Yeah, I think at that point, you had nothing to lose, right? Try and advance that ball up to at least past center court, and then you're able to get at least a closer shot than a 3/4 kind of shot there. It's obviously a tough situation to be in, only having 2 seconds on the clock. But that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, James, this was a fantastic game for your first, and we came into this not knowing where this was going to go. We thought maybe RCSJ would run away with it. They had an 11-point lead at half. The vibes were pretty good in the first half. Roadrunners were hitting really well, and then at the end it just all broke down. And I think about 12 minutes in, Ocean County took the lead, and you could feel a little bit of hope slipping away just because of how intense this Ocean County team was. How about that size from Ocean County? They used that to their advantage today, especially with Aiden Sosanov, who had a lot going against him. He didn't have a lot of luck in his first chance, but he was a really good second chance shooter. He had 4 fouls, gets subbed in with 5 minutes left, and was already sitting on a technical foul as well. He had basically a whole bunch of pins and needles all over him, and he was still able to emerge.
Yeah, that just shows the determination and tenacity of not only not only Sasanov, but this group in general. One of their star players not having it going like he usually does, but still able to claw their way back, and him being able to keep his composure and still go out there, give his 110%, and make a huge impact.
I think that's my player of the game. 17 points for him. Now, Barkley led the way with 19, but, I mean, honestly, in this game, I don't think it mattered who scored the most amount of points because everybody was able to score.
Yeah.
Kassir Baker for RCSJ had 16, and he got fouled out with 8 minutes to go. Lassiter had 21. I mean, it was just – there was so much good going for them. And I thought that they had that game won when Davis – hit the top of the key 3 with 45 seconds left. This place went nuts, but they were unable to get the job done. And honestly, I think that is a testament to how good this Ocean County team is. They are battle-tested.
Oh, yeah,
they
no
had
doubt.
2 wins this year against bottom-of-the-table teams that they were expected to win. Their 3 losses, competitive games, I think all of them were 20 points or less, to 3 of the top teams in the table. It's kind of like when – I think it was the Sixers one year had the Warriors, the Celtics, and the Cavaliers back to back to back. And they lost all 3 of those games. I don't remember what year it was, but my point stands that when you are playing really good teams, people are going to have to look past the win-loss record. Both of these teams were 2-3. Gloucester had some competitive games as well. They lost to Camden. They went to overtime with them. That was a very good game, 86-76 in favor of the Cougars. And well, for RCSJ, I think it's just a quick reset. They've got a home game versus Harrisburg, a team that's 0-5, the last winless team in Region 19. That could be a really good get-back game for Coach Bird and for RCSJ. This was a tough loss, but they're going to look back at the tape and see what they did well, see what they didn't do well, and they'll have a quick 48-hour turnaround.
Yeah, of course. They're going to obviously look at the film and see what they could do differently, but as players and coaches, you got to flush a game like this, right? You competed all the way to the end with a really, really talented Ocean County Vikings team, and even if you're RCSJ, you might have thought maybe we probably should have won that game. But obviously, games like this sometimes they're gonna slip away. So you just have to flush this and then get ready for the next one.
Just like it was a tough win for Ocean, it was a tough loss for RCSJ. That'll be all for us tonight on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting as Ocean downs RCSJ 80-79. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator Haley Mejia, our graphics crew Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Carson Rosso, my color commentator James Hallman of Rowan University. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you Saturday morning for the West Jersey Youth Football League Championships. The Belmar Purple Eagles represented in all 4 divisions, and for RCSJ, we'll be back here on Thanksgiving week versus Thaddeus Stevens on Tuesday, November the 25th. Ocean 80, RCSJ 79. I'm Dan Wilkins. Have a good one, folks.